Number 7 was the bastard. The rest had gone smoothly. No noise, no disturbance, plenty of cash and goods. Number 4 was a crappy apartment. In a city, rats, roaches over a late night shot. Felt risky, but the job had to be done. It was easy enough once he got started though. Crossing that invisible line was part of the day now. Not long, hard breaths were needed. No pausing, just in, out, getting it done. Even enjoying the newfound routine. No trouble with numbers 5 and 6, they were together. A surprise, but no problem. 6 shouldn't have been there, just a kid really, but they shouldn't play this game if they can't take losing. But number 7, it started off as normal. The crowbar to the head spraying blood and bone over the room. The corpse on the floor, seeping into the fur rug with the red congealing fluid, leaving dark pools on the white carpet. The walls of this place were white too, with an ornate white fireplace and a huge flat screen TV fixed to the wall. He walked in. He was focused on the job, the heavy work of caving in number 7's skull. He trusted his contact that he wasn't going to get any unwanted disturbance this time. He paused for breath, ready to start ransacking the place for the goods. The corpse was well dressed, suited up, unlike the usual bodies he created. The house was sparsely decorated, no games consoles, no photographs. The walls were bare. He hoped the pickings wouldn't be slim in this place. When he'd driven up earlier than in the night, the house seemed full of potential. He always waited outside after pulling up, checking for passers-by, scoping the area for escape routines. Never necessary, of course, but he took some precautions. The more he got used to the job, the less he took eager to start the entertainment. No more time spent imagining the invisible line and him crossing it. He looked over at his kit, bag, gloves and crowbar. Tiny strips of skin now stuck to the end after it was embedded into number 5's head. He glanced over the outside of the house, definitely in a different class. There were no other dwellings around for miles, just a row of garages. The drive up was a well-kept avenue with wide open lawns and no trees for cover. He noticed these things now. He liked it, less likely to meet company. The house was modern, built with large glass window fillings most of the walls. White curtains were drawn across, making the house glow in the darkness. Looked like a good opportunity, he thought. He bent down at the corpse. "Don't think much of you now, mate. Not so smart in your suit, are you?" Well, he pocketed a couple of gold rings and a watch. "Might go in my personal stash, these," he muttered. He went into the kitchen. It was sleek, full of appliances, a double-doored fridge. He started turning out the drawers. Expensive steak knives, silver cutlery, clattered on the floor. No need for silence all the way out here. He opened the cupboards, not expecting to find the stash he was wanting, or any goods worth taking, just to empty out the plates on the floor. He had to do a proper ransack job as usual. The china cracked and smashed on the floor like bone. He was enjoying this one. He glanced up suddenly, sensing movement. He heard nothing but noticed a red flash. It was from a security camera above the kitchen door. He never wore a balaclava or anything to mask his identity. No need with any other job. He thought about leaving fast, but the job was incomplete. He needed this guy's stash. He tore up the stairs to the bedroom, sensing that he was looking for a safe. He threw a widescreen TV off the wall. There was nothing there. He grabbed the mattress and turned it over. There was nothing. He turned out the wardrobe, scattering silk shirts and tailored suits. Then he noticed a bookcase, filled with leather-bound books. There was nothing else like this in the house. He tore into them and threw them on the floor, shaking some out in case some notes would fall out. He was getting desperate as he grabbed the empty shelves and overturned the heavy case to the ground too. He saw there was a small door cut into the wall. He shoulder barged it and found himself in a small office room filled with servers, computer screens to all the cameras in the house. He raised his crowbar to destroy the equipment. Only thing to do now, he looked at the camera for the living room and saw the corpse lying on the floor. He looked at the ransacked kitchen, then saw the outside camera for the front of the house. His car was parked and a figure was next to it looking through the window. He looked at the other screens and saw 3 other figures, all with their faces covered, approaching the house. 2 from the garages at the back and another round the side. He turned back to the door, trying to figure out if he should make a quick escape. Above the door was a wide shelf and on it was an old battered suitcase. He knew that it didn't belong there. He pulled it down and opened it up. Inside were packs of wrapped white powder, arranged in layers and rolls of £50 notes. This was a fortune, but he had to get out of there first. He glanced out of the window, seeing the light from the torches below shining around the house. He closed the goods back in the case and buckled it up. In his other hand, he gripped the crowbar. He was going to choose his moment carefully.